What is happening? Hope everyone is doing well. We have a Starbucks Grande Blonde Latte. So I want to chat about automate, delegate, remove. Today, I want to chat about mindset. Today, I want to chat about becoming a lifelong learner. Today, we are talking about sales processes. So we're going to entitle these live sessions Coffee with Cody. Hello and good day, and thanks for tuning in to another episode of Coffee with Cody. I haven't done a couple in a couple of days, and I'm actually closing my week because I'm going on vacation. I guess a staycation, going on a staycation this week coming up. So this will be the last Coffee with Cody for the week. But I want to chat about something that was really interesting. I was in doing a coaching call with yesterday with a venture capitalist who's a good friend of mine, and we're just chatting about how much growth I've seen and how much growth he's seen in me over the last couple of years. And, something really came out of me that I really think can help people, whether you're an entrepreneur, whether you're a business owner, business coach, real estate agent, agency owner. I think at times we all get this feeling of imposter syndrome. And the reason that I know that is because I've chatted with a lot of business owners and entrepreneurs that are doing 7-8 figures. And I don't know about you, but for me, really early on in my career, and even sometimes today, I feel like even though I know I'm getting results for my clients, and even though I know I'm building a business, I find at times I can feel like I have imposter syndrome. It's like I don't have a degree in this marketing world, and I'm learning things as I go. And really early on in my career, I had a really difficult time asking for help or asking questions. And I think a part of that had to do with the fact that a part of the reason that was my ego got in the way of really asking tough questions and being afraid that somebody was going to think that I'm not smart, especially among my peers. And I don't know about you, wherever you're at in your business or in your wherever you're at in your business, whatever you're at in your agency, wherever you're at right now, I think that we can all relate to some sort of imposter syndrome. If you're live with me now, just throw live in the comment section below so then you're here. But really early on in my entrepreneurial career, because I had spent 10 years in the telecom industry, I felt like I knew absolutely everything about telecom, and I felt super, super confident about that world because I had spent, majority of my life in that world. And when I transitioned from that into entrepreneurship, especially into marketing, I'm like, I have a lot to learn. And I think we always have a lot to learn. And it's important to remember that you're never going to know everything. And that's really been something that I've really tried to attach onto and try to push myself to ask questions inside of, different communities that, or ask just more questions. And it was actually the encouragement I got was at a Brendan Burchard conference. And then Brendan talks about this all the time, that if you look at the entrepreneurs that are actually thriving or the business owners that are thriving, they are quick to ask for help. And that's something that I actually wrote about on my Instagram. And I want to read you this Brendan Burchard quote because I find that it's really helped me. And Brendan says, the longer that you wait to get help, the longer it's a grind. Progress requires truth. The dream is more important than your ego. And that was a really big challenge for me really early on, because I find that oftentimes, and I don't know if you're like me, but there's just this feeling of like, I should know this. And if I don't know this, then I should try to figure it out on my own. And I think that's a very destructive way to look at business growth. It's like, if you don't know something, feel confident enough to ask for help. And I think that your level of growth and my level of growth, at least my journey has been, the more that I ask for help and the more that I seek answers and the more that I seek answers to questions that I don't know, the more confident I get. Brendan talks a lot about how it's the competence loop, where it's like you need the confidence and you need to find the answers in order to seek the confidence. Once you have the answers, you're going in this competence loop. And for me, the encouragement that I want to give you is that when things really started to click for me, when I started to ask more questions, when I started to seek rather than try to figure out on my own right away, go to the source. Especially if you have a network of people that you know and you can trust, trusted advisors, just go right to them and ask them the question, because you'll probably find the answer quicker by asking than you will trying to figure it out on your own. And that's been really my encouragement. And that's why I've invested so much over the last year into coaching. And it was really interesting. I was chatting with this advisor yesterday, who's a venture capitalist, somebody his name is Jeff, and that I really admire everything that he does. And he gave me some really good advice about that I actually wrote down yesterday, just about, the founder market fit. And there was just so much information that he gave us around how we grow the business the right way. And that actually came up with this idea of like imposter syndrome. Especially when you're first starting out in a world, you're like, man, like, I don't know this. And it was really comforting, chatting with somebody who chats with tons of entrepreneurs, that whether you're making 5 million, whether you're making 10 million, whether you haven't hit 1 million yet, wherever you're at in your business, you're always going to have this sense of like, I should know this. It's getting over that hurdle of I should know this. And it's like, let me find the answer to this question. And that's really my encouragement that I want to have, because that was really a really big breakthrough for me. And even chatting about this yesterday, I was like, this is why I invest so much into coaching. And this is why I believe so much in coaching, because when you get into different programs with people that have the information, rather than trying to find the answers yourself, you quickly get the answers quicker. And oftentimes it's interesting because the answers are oftentimes inside of you. You just don't know how to pull them out. And you don't know how to ask yourself the right questions. And that's really the encouragement I want to give you today, is like, wherever you're at in business, wherever you're at in life, this idea of imposter syndrome is always going to be there. But how you get over that is your belief in your ability to figure things out. And that's really where I believe confidence is built, is in your belief to actually find answers, to ask more questions, to seek help. And I've seen that with so many entrepreneurs. Like one of my mentors, Bob Govro, and I wrote about this in an article I wrote for Authority Magazine. Something that I really admire about Bob is he's not afraid to invest in order to seek the answer, in order to get the answers to the questions that he doesn't have. Or the information he doesn't have. And he actually posted, today he was on a call with Seth Godin. And that's an example of him investing into a program that has given him the answers to the questions he doesn't have around marketing. And that's my encouragement I want to give to you, is like, believe in your ability to figure things out, invest into yourself, invest into your personal growth, invest in your professional growth, and really watch things change. But everything starts with your willingness to lay your ego aside, which I've had to do. So I'm speaking from experience, because in order to see progress, it requires truth. And in order to actually get to wherever you want to go in life, it requires for you to be truthful to yourself, to say, I don't have all the answers. In order for me to find the answers, I need to be around the people. And that's why I've invested into programs with Kat Howell. I've invested in programs with Stan. And why, I've been around so many, like, Cody and Raul. I've been around so many different people over the last year that have given me the answers to the questions that I was too afraid to ask. And that's really my encouragement I want to give you today, is we all have imposter syndrome at one point in time. And the easiest way to alleviate that is just believe in your ability to figure things out and get around people that already have the answers. That's my encouragement that I have for you today, whether you're listening back on iTunes or Spotify, wherever you're at in the world. That's my encouragement today. We all go through this. I'm still at points go through this. Despite having a team of over 10 people, I still go through this idea of imposter syndrome, and I'm still trying to fight this and battle this every day. And this is just my encouragement. I just want to hop on here really quick and just encourage you today and say that you're not alone. If you're facing this, agency owner, entrepreneur, you're not alone. You're absolutely not alone. Believe in your ability to figure things out. Get around good people that can help you get to where you want to go, and just watch everything change. That's my encouragement today. Hope you all have a great weekend. Hope you have a great long weekend. If you're in Canada, happy Family Day. If you're in the US, have a great weekend. Wherever you're in the world, have a wonderful day. And thanks for tuning in to another episode of Coffee with Cody. Really appreciate your attention.